the recognized symbol of excellence in collecting podcasts.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio. This is a show where we talk about action figures, toys, collectibles, and all that sort of thing. So if that's what you're into, you have come to the right place. My name is John Sargent.
And my name is Christian McGann.
This is going to be, I think, my favorite episode that we've ever done because it is all dedicated to the greatest cartoon in the history of Earth, Batman the Animated Series. We are going to go over the order and the chaos of Kenner's Batman the Animated Series toy line, the new Adventures of Batman, the Adventures of Batman and Robin, and then ultimately Mattel taking over Kenner. So if that's your thing, stick around for that. You guys can follow along with the fun on Instagram. We're at Mighty Champions. That's where we put all the visuals. That's where we put our personal pickups. I had a huge week.
Yeah.
You got something pretty cool. That is where you can interact with us. That's where we're going to pose questions. That's where you can ask us questions. That's where you can keep up with where we're doing toy hunts. Maybe we're coming to your city. All that sort of thing. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, or if this is even your first time, hit that subscribe button and then also leave us a review. That is the best and only way to really support the show. It's how the show grows. We need those reviews. So please, wherever you're listening, go drop us a review because we would really, really appreciate it. All right. That is all the admin out of the way. Christian, what have you been up to? I know that I saw on Instagram you had a pretty massive pickup.
I did. It's long time coming. It was an eBay purchase, which never happens for me.
You never buy stuff on eBay.
Yeah, I love like getting the itch really bad to where I just deep dive, I search things, I go add things to my watch list. I love that because it almost feels like you're shopping.
Yeah.
And I just never pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And
I'm heavy eBay. I do a lot of eBay.
You are.
I have something on my doorstep minimum once a week.
Yeah, I feel very much like I'm becoming that type of collector where it's just the experience of the store matters way more.
Yeah.
But at this point, I think I was just so itchy to the point where I was like, man, I just got to start pulling some triggers just because there's certain things that I collect that I never see. They're like Marvel Legends, Toy Biz stuff. You're going to see them at most toy stores. Right. If they don't have them, then I come bearing pitchforks and torches. But which places in Austin are like that? Or they have them behind glass cases. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be like, how much is this? It's $25 over what eBay is asking. So, yeah, man. I was getting itchy for some 1998 Trendmasters Godzilla goodness. And yeah, I was kind of scrolling through and looking at a couple different, just loose, of course, and found one. And it was like $25 plus like $10 shipping or something. And I'm like, wait a minute, that seems a little cheap because I've seen that in person. And it was like $100.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, something's wrong with it. So I'm reading the description or whatever, and it's all, it works. It's just blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, it has the tail. It has everything. So it's pretty cheap. So I don't know.
Is it just not complete? Did it come with a bunch of other stuff?
I don't know. It just was like, it's kind of scratchy when he screams or when he does this like roar. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to put an offer for 20.
It's nearly 30 years old, so.
Yeah, and I just I was like, how about $20? I just sent him an offer. Done deal. So,
nice.
All in all, got it for $30, and yeah, dude shipped it really quickly. But yeah, huge, man. Like, I think it's 11 inches or something like that, so really big. Fits perfect on the shelf with the other Godzilla stuff that I have, specifically only the Trendmasters 98 Godzilla, which is just, you know what? I'm full-fledged. That's just my Godzilla, and that's what matters to me. So, in fact, I even talked to my sisters about that earlier today, because somehow the Godzilla movie got brought up. And
somehow?
Yeah, somebody was talking about it.
I think maybe it was you?
No, they were literally, I think, like, because it was at my sister's house, and her boyfriend is like a big Godzilla guy.
Okay.
But like
Was he anti?
Oh, he's 100% anti.
Yeah,
100% anti. Yeah. And
98 is a religious war.
It is, for sure. One that I am willing to fight in.
Yeah.
But I told them, and my other sister, who's just like very straight-laced, she was like, I remember you used to wear that shirt every single day. And it was just
last week.
Yeah, exactly. The Godzilla shirt that had a giant G with like ooze.
Oh, yeah. You told
and
that
glow
story.
in the dark. Yeah. And she was like, and then you tried to sew it. And I was like, I was like, how do you remember that? It's so funny. So, and then even funnier, I told her, I was like, yeah, I found that shirt on eBay yesterday. Not in my size though, but it was like over $100. I was like, yikes, that still might be worth the purchase. But yeah, man, it was awesome. So I think now getting that out of the way, I feel like with eBay, I don't know why I don't pull the trigger more, because you're going to get it for cheaper, right?
In some cases, yeah. If you do it smart, like we've done an episode or maybe 2 episodes about best practices, you know what I mean, for buying things, whether it's in store or online, like strategies, tips and tricks, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like most of the time I get what I'm after cheaper by using eBay because I do it smart. You know what I mean? I had some purchases this week. I got them all cheaper than I would have in store.
That's kind of where I'm like kind of reframing my mindset, is because, we talk about it constantly about how Austin is sort of like in this drought of like, or mirage in a way of like toy stores that like kind of are good, but
Austin,
not really.
The toyless nightmare.
The toyless nightmare. So we've got to travel far and wide to get to like really good toy stores. And so it's like playing the long game of like, man, can I put off the itch? Do I put on some cortisol cream or something like that just to like prevent the itch of action figure buying? And so eBay may be the way to go, where I think I can do my strategy of.
I've been trying to get you on Whatnot.
Yeah, Whatnot is good, man, but like I don't know if I've got like, I just don't know if I have the patience for it.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Bro, I sent you, my boy Big Jeff Noyes is doing a massive Power Rangers sale yesterday. Everything starts at $1. He does them at like 11 a.m., so hardly anybody's on there.
Dang.
You could have been there buying exactly what you needed for dirt cheap.
Probably.
But you don't have the patience.
I don't know what it is, man. It's like, because I think the times that I've got on to look on Whatnot, it's like, here's this Ross figure. Any takers? And I'm just like,
you're just in the wrong places.
I'm in the wrong place, I guess, man.
You're in the wrong places.
Yeah, so, but now that felt really good. There was a story that I wanted to tell, a couple stories that I wanted to tell. Get into that.
Keep in mind, we have to go over several hundred Batman figures.
It's worth it. I told it today, and it killed.
Okay.
Man. So, not the last episode, the episode before that, Mikey came on, right? Yeah. Mikey came on, buddy Mikey, and it was just a blast conversation with him, just talking about the hilarity of the imagination of the young kid. And he tells a story at the very end that he forgot to tell earlier about the snake in his toy box.
Amazing.
Which I'm just like, that is beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. Texas Toy Story.
Texas Toy Story.
Which, by the way, I think is an animated movie that would be incredible.
Great. I mean, Woody would be perfect. But it reminded me of something because I brought it up to one of the clients and they were like, oh, did you tell the bat story? And I was like, no, I never told the bat story. Thank you for reminding me of traumatic childhood events. So similar to Mikey, I grew up in like more of a rural area. So he grew up in Rockdale, Texas, which is just like God's country, right?
Yeah.
I grew up in Bastrop, Texas, which is still God's country, but I grew up in a specific spot that was just like close enough to the city, but just rural enough to be like where you're going to have some scorpions in your bed at night, which I did experience multiple times. But there was a time where my dad, for some reason, man, this happened like 3 times, but for some reason, the first time, I get woken up. My dad is like waking me up at like 1:30 in the morning. Christian, there's a bat in the house. We got to get it out. So the first thought process is just sitting there like, my sisters wake up, they're screaming, they're all running into the bathroom. I'm trying to go in there with them, and my dad's like, you can't go in there. You have to come out here and help. You have to help me. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So it's my dad swinging a broom at a bat, flying in circles in his boxers, and me just like trying to get it out the door. And it's, again, you can't really, all you see is like a black shadow flying around.
Yeah.
Like, it's horrifying, actually. Like, horrifying. And it would just be that thing where almost by the third time, it was just like, we got it on lock. And anyway, I kind of put together that I was like, man, I'm kind of like white trash Bruce Wayne.
Oh my God.
My origin story.
Oh my God, that's good.
I'm Mexican, but I'm half white, so I get, I'm good Lord, man, I'm white trash Bruce Wayne. But I'm going to keep riffing on that, okay? Because when I thought about that story, I was like, man, what a crazy childhood. And then I don't know, and then I thought about the white trash Bruce Wayne bit, and I'm like, man, that's good. And then it made me think about another time where at one point when I was younger, it's funny how much this stuff engulfs all of our lives, engulfs our decisions. And I'm like, this is a side tangent, but somebody asked me if I did Taekwondo when I was younger, and I was like, yes, I did. And I remember thinking like, they're like, oh, was it because you were kind of like more of like athletic? I'm like, no, it's just because everything I watched was about fighting bad guys.
Because you didn't have a choice at the time.
100%. It was
martial arts ruled the world.
It ruled the world, and everything was like, again, like at a young age, I believed that a full-grown, like hand-to-hand combat against a full-grown man was just going to be a thing in my life. So anyway, I'm thinking to myself at that time, I don't remember what the exact scenario was, but I remember overhearing something one time and then commenting on whatever these people were talking about. And they were like, how did you hear us, man? You have really good hearing. And my dad was right there. And my dad was like, you're like Daredevil. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and I thought to myself, I was like, well, I wear glasses, so my vision is kind of bad, so maybe it enhanced my hearing.
Oh my God.
So this whole time, dude, I'm thinking I have enhanced hearing because my vision is bad enough for me to wear glasses.
Oh my God.
So, white trash Bruce Wayne, fat, four eyes Daredevil. Perfect combination.
Holy crap.
All right, man.
Oh, yeah, you're a superhero because you have astigmatism.
Exactly, man. So anyway, how's your week been?
Oh my God, I love that all of that was the answer to me asking you about your week. Yeah, my week's been good, man. I just had to work a lot, basically. But in the toy space, I had a really good week, and I'm about to have another really good week because my eBay orders from last week showed up. So I got my Terminator 2 Exploding T1000. I got my starting lineup Deion Sanders, and I got my Batman, the animated series Robin, which are all gorgeous. Check them out at Mighty Champions on Instagram. And then I also got, I don't have it sitting next to me, my Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny from Space Jam, which I said it last week. Love Looney Tunes. Immediately jumped on eBay, pulled the trigger on that, got a really sweet offer, so I picked up that. And then I also, it hasn't arrived yet, but I also got the full set of McDonald's Space Jam Happy Meal toys.
Beautiful.
So I am now plus 10 Looney Tunes figures.
Yeah.
If you count Michael Jordan as Looney Tunes figure.
Yeah. Are you going to open that?
Yeah, I am, but I'm going to do what you did, what I've talked about before. I'm going to stockpile a bunch of them. Then I'm going to open them. So
perfect.
It looks cool in box. I'm going to enjoy it in box for a while.
Yeah.
And then I'll do a mass opening. So that'll be a really good time. And then the reason that my upcoming week is going to be great is because I have a work trip that requires me to go to Dallas. Dallas Vintage Toys is in Dallas. So I'm going to Dallas Vintage Toys. And I was telling you this week off mic I'm going to bring some stuff to sell, and that I have had this tub with wrestling figures that are left over from when I used to do a lot of reselling, and I just didn't get around to them or whatever, and they've just been in this tub. And then for whatever reason, I just wasn't paying attention, or I excluded them for I don't know why when we did a big whatnot sale. I don't know why I didn't sell them then, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So today I was like, well, let me go around, see if there's anything that I didn't sell on Whatnot that I should have. And I realized that I had 3 extra Stone Cold Steve Austins.
Okay.
I'm a one and done collector. I had 3 additional Stone Cold Steve Austins. So gathered those up, go to put them in the tub of other figures, and realized there's like 5 or 6 other loose figures bagged up, full accessories, complete in that tub also. Plus the other NECA stuff that I got in that god-awful loot crate.
Oof.
So now I have, I don't know, 35 figures. Now that's maybe an exaggeration. 20?
Yeah.
20 figures to sell at DVT. Maybe somewhere between 150 and 250 bucks worth of store credit, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
That I could take to DVT. So, looking forward to that. That is going to be a shopping spree. And I will go into my own pockets, obviously.
Oh, so you think you're going to go beyond?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, hey, I got nothing wrong with that.
I mean, how often am I going to be at DVT? Like, what? 6-8 times a year? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that frequent.
Man, I'm not even.
I told you, dude. Meet me there.
I mean, what is that? It's like Tuesday though.
Monday? I don't know. What's today? The 4th, 5th? Yeah, it's Monday.
Dang, man.
Monday is when I'm going shopping. I'm stuck in classrooms all day. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Man. Yeah, dang it. I don't know if I can do that, but that would be ideal.
I'm also going to go to, thank you from the tip from Toy Soldier Boxy Brown. I got the knowledge that the antique mall exists there. I forget the names of them. There's 2 of them. North.
It's like Dallas Antique Mall.
Dallas Antique Mall, and then there's like the North Plano Antique Mall. I might be getting those names wrong, but there's 2 antique malls that both look awesome, and I bet you they're packed with Looney Tunes. Like, they both look really, really cool. There's tons of like Rambo-y kind of stuff that he was getting there that looks really awesome.
What if I sent stuff with you? What if I sent the JP?
Man, I'm not hauling your gigantic
That's fair. That's
dinosaurs around.
I mean, I've got tubs, but I'm just so itchy, man, that I'm willing to freaking...
You're going to have to find a way to get up there.
Yeah.
All right, we have got so much Batman to get to, so let's
dive
crack
into
it open.
The eyes of justice are watching. It's Batman!
Two-Face is on firing frenzy!
Charging into action is Combat Belt Batman!
You just got on my bad side, Batman! Tough luck!
Great save! The eyes of justice are watching. It's Batman in the invincible hoverback. No contest.
Capture Claws!
Two-Face is off to serve double time. The eyes of justice. Batman. Figures and vehicle each sold separately.
All right, we're going to split this up into 2 parts. We're calling it the Order and the Chaos of Batman the Animated Series from Kenner. And the reason is because, in my estimation, and I think you would probably agree with me and maybe anybody that's listening, essentially, Series 1 through 4 is basically order, right? You've got pretty much accurate-looking villains and accurate-looking heroes, plus some, like, just made-up fantasy toyetic stuff, vehicles, playsets, all that sort of thing. Then after that, when you start getting into the chaos, is the Crime Squad, and when the show changes and the toys get pretty wacky. Like, still really, really fun, but pretty wacky. So we're splitting this up. So this first portion is going to be Series 1 through 4. Christian, what was your introduction to Batman the Animated Series?
Oh, man.
Let me tell you, I was there.
tell me, yeah.
I was there for the debut.
Yeah.
The daycare that I've brought up multiple times, the infamous TV where I saw some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I saw George. What's Senior George Bush's middle initial? George H. Bush. I saw him get inaugurated on this TV because I'm old. I saw Ernest Scared Stupid on this TV.
As important as a presidential televised.
And I saw the debut episode of Batman the Animated Series when
That's
it aired
crazy.
live on this TV at my daycare.
Wow.
As a kid who was obsessed with Batman Returns, Batman '89, this was like, you know, a core memory. This was a big deal. And I've been a massive fan the entire time, like since that day. The line is obviously huge and legendary because look at how many figures it spawned. Look at how many homages. Look at how many reproductions exist now.
Yeah.
Right? Mezco is doing it. McFarlane is doing it. Like, it's a big time legendary toy line.
Yeah.
So, like, we both love it. So that's why we're doing this. But where did you get introduced to it? Because it starts, like, when you're... Before you're born?
Yeah, no, it started in 93, but I was born in 92. So really my first introduction is the new Batman Adventures. So that's where I come into play. Again, I didn't have cable, and I'm pretty sure Batman the Animated Series was Fox Kids.
Yeah, it was.
So I never had Fox Kids, but I had WB, and that's where Kids WB came in. So there were a couple episodes, I don't know if they were just playing like reruns.
Yeah,
or something.
I'm sure it was.
I'm assuming that's where it's at. But yeah, I mean, outside of the new Batman Adventures, I mean, the one in particular that I think that I remember the most was I think it was the Almost Got Him episode.
Yeah.
And then this one might be new Batman Adventures with like the circus freaks.
I don't remember that one.
Okay, yeah, there's one that's like circus freaks, and it's a weird episode. So that might be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into the toys. So 92 it debuts. The toys do anyway. Produced by Kenner, my beloved Kenner. And it's gorgeous, man. Like let's just talk about the packaging real quick. So you've got the beautiful card with the shadowy Batman image on the corner. And then, like, the cool little comic booky kind of art of the character off to the side. That gradient orange-yellow backing or blue and white backing, depending on which line you're talking about, or which wave, I mean, you're talking about. Like, just iconic. Like, fits the show and it's toyetic.
Yep.
Right? Had it not been for, if the show didn't exist, the toys still would have been iconic in and of themselves. Just absolutely beautiful packaging. In my humble opinion, the standard figures.
Yeah. Like
the standard figures for sure. So in wave 1, we get Kombat Bell Batman. We get Turbojet Batman. We get the Riddler, Penguin, Robin with his glider, and Two-Face. The thing with this line is the villains tend to look very show accurate.
Yeah.
And then they have some, toyetic action features and play stuff with them. The heroes tend to be total fantasy.
Right.
Like they checked off the box of Batman and Robin in the first wave right away. Regular, accurate. They look great. I just got that Robin and it looks amazing. It's kind of a little bit on the smaller side, which is really cool. Even though in the show he's about the same height as Batman.
Yep.
Out of this first wave, what's your favorite figure here?
Ooh, man, I'd probably just go Combat Belt Batman. I think that's a safe bet. The Robin is really sick, though.
Yeah,
I'm
tough.
probably 50-50 on those.
Tough to overlook Combat Belt Batman because it's like maybe my all-time favorite action figure. Period.
Yeah.
But if I'm not taking that choice, I love this Two-Face, and it's eluded me. I still don't have it because I haven't found one either in hand that wasn't yellow, like the bubble wasn't yellow, or I haven't found one online with a good card or where his medallion is visible. So that Two-Face, just there's something about that animated show design of Two-Face, and there's something about how that Two-Face looks in this box that is just so alluring to me.
Yep.
Like, I just absolutely love it. But I would say, Turbojet Batman being a fantasy figure, it's still cool. There's no no one's lagging in the first wave.
Right.
I would say nobody's lagging in the first wave. Then we jump over to Series 2, which drops relatively quickly, I believe. I think Series 2 is like 93.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like we're really chugging along here on this because the show is so unbelievably popular immediately off the back of the movies. So we have Infrared Batman, we have Skydive Batman, we have Bruce Wayne, Catwoman, Man-Bat, Joker, Ninja Robin, and Scarecrow. So now we're at 8 figures, right? We've got no accurate heroes in this wave, but we do have accurate looking villains in Catwoman, Man-Bat, Scarecrow, and Joker. They all look great on the card. They're all very cool figures. What do you think is the star of the series?
I mean, I'd probably go Joker obviously is probably pretty good, but Man-Bat is freaking sick.
Yeah, this is another one where it's really hard for me to say which one is the best, because I'm going to say the Joker, because like now you have your show accurate standard Joker, right? He does come with the water spraying laughing gas gun and smile mask, which is like fun and cool, especially when you're a kid. So I would say Joker, but good God Almighty, is that Man-Bat cool? And On Leather Wings being episode 1, right? Like it's just so significant, but. Honestly, love the Scarecrow, love the Catwoman. I learned in researching this, which is going to happen a lot here, is I learned a lot that I didn't know. Well, that's redundant. That's what learning means.
You're right.
Is that Catwoman was voiced by Adrienne Barbeau, who is one of my favorite like 80s actresses. She's in a ton of John Carpenter movies. She's the damsel in distress in Swamp Thing. Like, I didn't know that she was the voice of Catwoman.
Yeah,
so, like, I learned that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I would say Series 2, another winner.
Yes, absolutely.
Another winner. Series 3, things are now starting to get slightly odd, because we have essentially run out of regular Batmans to do. So we get Anti-Freeze Batman, which does look very cool. We get Night Star Batman, Lightning Strike Batman, Clayface, Killer Croc, Dick Grayson Robin, Mr. Freeze, and Poison Ivy. This is still a heavy hitter series, I think.
Very much so.
Like, because Lightning Strike Batman, although it's complete and utter fantasy, never even happened in the show, is still incredibly cool. Was the logo of our show for the first few months. But I think pretty much everyone on planet Earth would agree that the star of Series 3 is Clayface.
Definitely.
Like, that Clayface, I think, is probably the most sought-after figure in the entire series.
Wow.
After Combat Belt Batman, obviously. But Killer Croc strong, Poison Ivy strong, Mr. Freeze, potentially the best episode of the show. What's it called?
The Heart of Ice.
Heart of Ice. So that one I think is just like, it's so iconic, dude. That color scheme, the mask, like you can hear his voice. Like, oh, it's so good. And I really like the Bruce Wayne, the Dick Grayson, the like regular version of the characters where you clip on the suits.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this Dick Grayson is sick. But I think Night Star is the only one in this series that I don't like. What even is a Night Star Batman? And he has a Star Rocket and Spinner at any villain who tangles with him. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I like the colors, not too bad. I think the Tornado one looks pretty sick.
In Series 3?
Yeah. Batman Tornado.
We're looking at different information.
Oh, well, this one, it's like blue, silver.
So I think Tornado this is where things start to get weird. Mm-hmm. Tornado was also in the Mask of Phantasm. It's on two different cards.
Gotcha.
Right? So this is where stuff gets like wacky. 90s Kenner toy business is that there's a lot of re-release, duplicates, repaints, other carding. So that one that you're talking about is in Series 3 and it's in Mask of Phantasm on 2 different cards.
Gotcha.
And then Series 4, this is where, again, things start getting very weird because Series 4 and the Adventures of Batman and Robin, many of these figures are also on both cards because the show changed, but the figures didn't, but then they did, right? So this is where stuff gets a little odd. So you have Bane, which I really looked into Bane because I have this Bane. I have him on the animated series card, and he is the only figure that's in a vacuum sealed bubble instead of like a not vacuum sealed bubble. Then I've seen pictures of him on the Adventures of Batman and Robin. So he did get released, the exact same figure with the exact same slam action and Venom tube on 2 different cards. Which is like, I don't know if that was a running change or what that was. But you have Bane, Cyber Gear Batman, Radar Scope Batman, Bola Trap Robin, and Glider Robin. And I believe all of those are released on 2 different cards. So
They're all like vacuum sealed.
Are they?
Yeah. The Robin is vacuum sealed. The Radar Scope Batman.
So my guess is that's a cost saving measure, right? Because even the ones that are not vacuum sealed, they don't fall off the card even 30 years later, right? 35 years later. They don't fall off the card. So it wasn't a quality control thing. It had to have been a cost saving thing, like less plastic or less space or less weight or something.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird change that doesn't look as good.
Well, they come actually, all of these are coming with more
accessories.
Like, they're more accessories, almost like it's like maybe they just were like, well, let's put more plastic into the toy.
Well, I think the wheels are starting to fall off, and they're trying to keep it up in the air.
Yeah.
I think business is coming down, and they're trying to keep it up in the air, and they're trying to like revitalize it, and that's why Fox Kids changes the show name in name only, right? The intro and the name are the only thing that change to Adventures of Batman and Robin. Robin he had already been introduced, but now he becomes like a mainstay. He's like back from college, right?
Yeah.
So he's in most of the episodes. I'm pretty sure that's where the 2-part episode about him,
Robin's Reckoning,
I think is in Adventures, I believe. I could be
before
wrong.
he becomes Nightwing.
Right.
Or why he became Nightwing.
Yeah, so I could be wrong about that, but there's series 1 through 4, and we can get into the vehicles too. So, because most of the vehicles are in that time frame, not all of them, but most of them. So you have the Arrow Bat, which is kind of a I don't even know how to describe that thing as. It's basically like a 1-man jet ski in the air is kind of what it looks like. You have the BATV, which is a ATV that's Batman kind of. It looks like a snowmobile, I think is basically the closest thing. You have the Bat Signal Jet, the Bat Cycle, which I have and love, where Batman is fixed onto the motorcycle. That one comes on a card back like the figures do. So it's a little bit like interesting in that case. And then the heavy hitters, the Batmobile. Where do you rank the animated series Batmobile?
Probably number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
More than the Snyder?
Yeah.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
More than 89?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, again, 89, like I love that Batmobile. I love the Snyder Batmobile, but it's like, I don't know, there's just something about the Art Deco kind of noir of that Batmobile that just speaks to me.
I've never really taken the time to rank them. I don't know if I would put it number 1, but I don't know that I wouldn't. It would be... Nah, 89's number 1.
I mean, I never watched 89 until, like, COVID.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't speaking my language.
You have the Bat Plane, which looks like it looks in the show, which looks like it looks in the movies. Then you have the Bruce Wayne Street Jet, which has very similar Robo One kind of design to it, and I might need that real bad.
Yeah.
You have the Crime Stalker, which is like a trike. The Hover Bat, the Hover Hydro Bat, the Joker Mobile, the Ice Hammer, the Robin Dragster, which I love. I didn't know that existed until I was looking up stuff for this. Like, it's got the Robin color scheme to it, and the wheels kind of I don't know what you call that, scissor, like elevate, like a cherry picker does.
Let me see.
There's like a crisscross thing underneath so that the body of it goes up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a cherry picker does. And it has the Robin like green and yellow color scheme to it. Just so cool. So cool. That's basically the beginning phases of Batman the Animated Series from Kenner. Things start off really good, right? Like we get 4 waves, not all, but a good portion of the main characters, main villains, a little bit of toyeticness happening here. But then things pretty much go off the rails. So let's do the news, and then let's get to the chaos.
New at 11, buyer beware. A local family is outraged over a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy that they bought for their son. It says a variety of phrases, but the family believes one of them includes a swear word that starts with a B.
All right, it is a pretty good news week here. Let's start things off with Hasbro. They showed off some G.I. Joes that I believe went up for pre-order a couple of days ago. Hopefully they're still there if you guys need them. But they put up Wild Bill. That is kind of weird to do a Wild Bill without the helicopter. Like just Wild Bill on the ground. He's the helicopter pilot. So just having Wild Bill and his pistols and his like Confederate hat, but no helicopters, a little bit strange. And then you also have the Techno Viper, and there's one other guy, just like a grunt, I think. Just like a G.I. Joe grunt. As usual, classifieds, man, they look good.
Yep.
They look good. G.I. Joe also put out, this one really is speaking my language, just not for the price, is the Legacy Collection Special Forces. Man, just action figure for the sake of action figure, soldier. Like, it's basically a green Special Forces guy that has painted face and skull mask and a beret. Looks good in a beret.
Yeah.
Multiple weapons, all tacked out, like, it doesn't have a name because it's not a classified figure. I guess it's a classified figure, but it's not a... It's the Legacy Collection, whatever that is, which is jobs and not characters.
Sick.
Yeah, I love these figures.
I mean, he's kind of another one where you get a couple of them, I think.
Yeah, you need multiples of it, but it's $49.
Yeah.
And like I got the like email or like whatever that was like, oh my god, this figure's so cool. And then I saw the price and I was like, no,
it's not $50. What's the difference?
Like it's just not a $50 action figure.
Yeah.
Like it just isn't. It doesn't have a name. It's not a character that I'm like nostalgic about. It's just a cool action figure. Right. So I gotta hold off on that. Also going up for pre-order this week, the new Hulk hands.
Oh yeah,
dude, I'm not gonna buy them. Like I'm passing on them, but yeah. I'm just so happy that they exist.
Right.
Like I just love that they exist. I love the marketing around them and like the photos, the box. Like there's something happening at Hasbro. I was about to say Marvel. It's not happening at Marvel. There's something happening at Hasbro. There's an employee somewhere at Hasbro that is just in love with the Incredible Hulk as much as I am, and I'm loving it. And hopefully Kevin Feige sees this and goes, oh yeah, the Hulk's cool.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving over to McFarlane. Woof. Oh my god, dude. McFarlane had a rough week, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Most recently, they showed off a Supergirl from the TV show, from the 2015 TV show. What's her name? Melissa Benoist?
Something.
Benoist?
Never watched an episode of that show.
It's a good show. It started off good. This figure looks disastrous. It looks nothing like her. Like, I don't understand. This is now 3 recent consecutive different Supergirl figures that McFarlane has shown off that are dog water.
Yeah.
Dude. So the WB one looks god awful. The new movie ones look god awful. Like, it's the face sculpt. Like, the face scan just looks so bad.
Yeah.
Lobo
looks good.
Lobo looks really good. I don't know the villain.
The other villain is just like a James Gunn character, is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of describing him. His name is Krem.
Yeah, he just
of
looks
the
like
Yellow Hills.
Yeah, he looks like he's out of Guardians of the Galaxy.
He looks incredibly unmemorable. I'm excited about that movie. I'm going to watch that movie, but yeah, very unmemorable looking. The Lobo looks really good, and Lobo's motorcycle looks really good. So if you're a McFarlane collector and you're into that movie, or you're just a Lobo fan, like, those are kind of must-have, I think. The Supergirl, though, is brutal.
Yep.
They also showed off 2 new Mortal Kombat figures with Jade and Noob Saibot. The Jade is, like, fine. Like, it's okay. It's just, like, there's something about these Mortal Kombat Classics that has, like, a lack of life to them. Mm-hmm. Like, they just don't have any liveliness.
Right.
Like, at night when your toys come alive, these ones don't.
Yeah, they just kind of have a staleness about them.
Yeah, I can't describe it. The Noob Saibot is the better of the 2, but even that one has no, like, expression in the eyes or anything.
Yeah, it just looks almost like one of the other characters was repainted.
Yeah. Which is cool unless it's not cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, then this one just sort of isn't. It's you have to just see it to understand it. Like, it's just it ain't there. Also this week, the full trailer for Masters of the Universe came out. We watched it, and I think we both had a similar take that Masters of the Universe movie could be the most fun movie of the summer, June 5th, or it could be the worst movie ever made. And
Correct.
I'm not sure which. I can't really get a good read on it. You're just going to have to
tough.
see it and find out. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that it's good. I would rather that it's good. I hope that it's a great time. I hope that it sees a huge resurgence in Masters of the Universe, because as Masters of the Universe goes, the toy world goes, right? Yeah. Because if that blows up, then you get more collectors and you get a big insurgence into the economy of toys.
Right.
So really, really rooting for that movie. And just for my own personal enjoyment, I hope that 5-year-old me gets to love that movie. But yeah, go check out that trailer. Moving over to Super 7, they put up for for sale, the 2003 Ninja Turtles, the Raphael with the motorcycle, the April O'Neil, and the Hun. They all look really, really good, and I think you can buy them all at once from Super 7. The Raphael with the motorcycle is incredible. His little effect that's the sai that's spinning looks amazing. He has, like, so much... This is what I'm talking about. Like, look at his face and his, like, attitude versus, like, any McFarlane figure. Like, this figure comes to life and has fun in your room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of these do. Good job, Super 7. NECA showed off their convention exclusives, which is three releases. One of them is a clothed Batman. Is it Hush? I'm not sure which. It just says Batman clothed. He's wearing gray and black. It looks like a person in a costume to me. Yeah. Which, Batman is a person in a costume, but he doesn't look like Batman. He looks like a guy wearing a Batman costume.
Yeah, a little weird. Basically from the neck down is kind of bizarre, but it is the head sculpt that they used for the
Predator figure?
The Alien.
Oh, the Alien figure?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's just like his jaw is, like, oddly big.
Yeah, it's just it's like if a regular person wore a bat suit.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not really if Batman wore a bat suit.
Another one of the releases is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sketch. So it's all 4 turtles in, like, a white and gray scale, like they look like sketch, but it's the 2012 turtles, I believe. And it's got millions of heads and hands and pizzas and weapons. Looks really fun if you're like, I think you got to be a pretty major turtle collector for this. Like, that's kind of the idea of these. And then there's another Ben Cooper Costume Kids, which we don't really talk about on this show, and they just kind of don't matter, I don't think. And then lastly, NECA's Haulathon continues, I guess.
Yeah.
I suppose there's still a Haulathon, if that's a thing.
Right.
Did you have any other news that you wanted to talk about?
I mean, I think you covered it all.
Okay, let's get into the chaos of Kenner's Batman the Animated Series.
Now you're the world's ultimate detective, Batman. You find the clue and evil's through. The Mad Hatter and his robotic rabbit are on the loose as Detective Batman and crime solver Nightwing use incredible crime solver lens technology to track them down.
I found the rabbit. Fire!
Now, to blow the lid off the case, cut loose the revolutionary Night Striker Batmobile. Souped up with enough secret firepower to make the hat go splat. You find the clue and evil's through.
It's the ultimate chance to be the man. Look for the Be the Man Batman contest this September. See specially marked Kenner Batman products for rules and details on how to enter. No purchase necessary. Contest ends February 1st, 1999. You must be 18 or under to enter.
All right, so we already went through waves 1 through 4, sort of in their linear path. So if you don't know, and I guess I didn't know either. So you and I talk about this a lot, that you were born into the New Adventures of Batman.
Correct.
And I have often said on the show and just talking about that when it changed, that's when I jumped off just because it was simply different. And every time we've had that conversation, I have been either consciously or subconsciously unsure of what even was the name of the change. And it wasn't until I started researching this that I realized that the Adventures of Batman and Robin and the New Adventures of Batman are two different things. Did you know
I think
this?
I knew that, yeah.
You knew this.
Because I remember like having this sort of like crisis a long time ago and then just like trying to figure out, wait, what? Because it was like, what changed? Or like recognizing that there was a change.
So the Adventures of Batman and Robin is simply a name change, and they changed the intro.
Yeah.
But the art style, the voice acting remains the same. They were I don't know why they did it. I guess like ratings started to decline, or they just wanted to capture a younger audience, so then they introduced Robin, but he's a college age Robin, so
Yeah.
not sure what the goal was there. Those episodes I still really, really like to look at and like experience. They're exactly the same universe,
Right.
As far as I know. So what Kenner does, like we already kind of talked about, was they are kind of forced to change their carding because the show has changed. So Wave 4 has both. Then they put out full waves of the New Adventures of, the Adventures of Batman and Robin. This is why we're calling this part Chaos.
Yeah.
It's tough to keep track of.
Right.
In addition to that, they also start putting out the deluxe figures and the Crime Squad figures, which are just other figures.
Right.
They're trying to do what most long-running toy lines do, and they're trying to generate an interest that maybe wasn't there. They're trying, right? Which is more than I can say for some of the things we just went over in the news. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody attempts to do this. So,
well, back then it was them just being like, okay, well, we have all these like maybe a current line, then we have like a subset line.
Yeah.
Where it's like that doesn't happen anymore because everything is so sacred now that like it can't be spoiled. It has to be a Marvel Legends live stream. Like it can't just be. It's like it has to be introduced on a red carpet, and you know, also now it's $60 action figures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So back then it was like, yeah, Crime Squad or X-Men Classics, right? Like it's like back then they just did these things.
yeah, I guess what I mean when I say they were trying, another way of putting that is injecting money into it.
Yeah.
Like boosting it. Like trying to get it going. Like let's attempt something, and maybe you'll strike out, but you have to take that swing.
Right.
They don't take swings anymore.
Right.
So even though everything we're about to talk about is pretty chaotic in the sense that it's all over the place and there's really not going to be uniformity going forward, it's all still pretty fun.
Yeah.
It all still looks really good. You still get a lot of value out of it. You get tons of play features and all kinds of like just cool stuff. As far as toys go, they're really, really great toys still. They just have little to nothing to do with the show now, right? So going through the deluxe figures, you've got the Batman Ground Assault with motorized turbo-powered ground jet. You've got Batman High Wire with quick escape cable wire and cable riding action. You've got Batman Mech Wings with pop-out wing action. You have Power Vision Batman with electric light-up eyes. The deluxe figures are cool. They just, because they're not uniform to the rest, I don't collect them.
Yeah.
They're not part of my checklist, but I think that if I was trying to be a completist, then I would be excited to chase these. If I had the room and the money and like if I didn't have to kind of limit it, then I would be excited to chase these, I think. Just for the love of the line as a whole. I think like they're all super cool and they all look pretty close to a traditional Batman.
Yeah.
They're not too far off from a traditional Batman, I don't think. Then you have Crime Squad. Crime Squad kind of runs throughout the whole thing, but it gets real hot and heavy like once that change happens around like 95-ish is when like Crime Squad like really picks up. To me, the Crime Squad ones are where I draw a hard line for my collection, is where, okay, I don't need those because what's Crime Squad?
Yeah.
But like you said, it's really from a toy perspective, from a business perspective, it's Kenner like putting out an effort to not just let this thing fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. So you have in the Adventures of Batman and Robin, you have Skycopter Batman and Tri-Wing Batman. Like, what? And then these were actually had their own series after that, which has Air Assault Batman, Land Strike Batman, Piranha Blade Batman, Sea Claw Batman, Stealth Wing Batman. Here's where you have Torpedo Batman again, right? So Torpedo Batman.
Just different color.
Just a different color.
Completely different design, too.
And then you have Sky Blast Robin. Then in Series 2 of the Crime Squad, you have Bomb Control Batman, Disaster Control Batman, Supersonic Batman, and Fast Pursuit Batman. They have their own vehicles. They re-released the Batcycle in like kind of camo, I guess, like urban camo you could call it, and the Triple Attack Jet in the same sort of camo. If you're a completist and you're like, okay, now is the time where I'm going to do the Crime Squad figures, and you start going after these vehicles, that would be super fun to do.
Yeah.
But I think being a completist is just sort of unrealistic for me, but it would be super fun to go after these. But this is where things are just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, you could see that they're like most of the figures they're like different vehicles or different accessories that he comes with, but he's wearing a different suit in every single one of them, different colors, which is funny because it's like, why? You know, like
no villains.
No
Robin.
Right, the Land Strike, it's like, okay, we're going to just make him like yellow and kind of like black, and so it's funny to me, like, why? I guess because they know that they're not going to just keep making the same Batman. It makes them unique, I guess, because they're different colors.
This is Kenner at their most impulsive, right? Like, we talk about Kenner all the time and the play features that they included with stuff, and across everything that they did, especially in this period in the 90s, right? They're doing Demolition Man, and they're doing Predator, and they're doing Last Action Hero, and everything comes with a wacky play feature. Batman the Animated Series Crime Squad is them being like unadulterated. Yeah. No one's telling them no.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is just wacky. Fun. Cool if you're a kid for sure.
Yeah.
But has absolutely nothing to do with the show that is on the box.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 12 Batman and 1 Robin.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty wild stuff. Mixed into this time frame, also the movie Batman, The Mask of Phantasm comes out. Most people think that that's the best Batman movie. not most people, a lot of people think that's the best Batman movie. As big of a fan as I am, I don't actually really love that movie.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think it's as great as like there are other better animated Batman movies by quite a bit in my opinion. These figures to like the box changes, the card back changes to this like really mundane kind of flat card back that is just like this like dull maroon kind of color.
Yeah.
And then the figures are re-releases. So you have Rapid Attack Batman and Tornado Batman, again, that are on regular card backs and on this card back, right? So that's 3 for Tornado Batman. Tornado Batman is a Crime Squad, a regular, and a Mask of Phantasm. Then in the basic series for Mask of Phantasm, you have Decoy Batman, Rapid Attack Batman, Tornado Retro Batman with a spinning battle spear, Total Armor.
Well, hold on. That one has a different insignia.
Does it?
And longer ears than any of the other ones.
Let me enlarge this.
It almost starts to take on a little bit of the Justice League.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So retro Batman, what is it retro to?
I'm assuming, look at the bat symbol, it almost looks like it's supposed to be reflective of like the 40s Batman.
Oh
insignia.
yeah, like if you look at the drawing, that kind of is what's going on there. It's like that just black, like one-dimensional bat.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Good catch. Good catch.
Joker's a little bit different too.
Joker, well, there's 2 different Jokers, right? Because I don't know if this is just a defect or if it's intentional. One of them is called Green Face and one of them is called White Face, because the paint that's on his face is a little bit green on one of them. So it's Joker, but he's wearing like a harness and he's got a weapon that is like a laughing gas jetpack.
Yeah.
Basically. So yeah, there's 2 different Jokers in the Mask of Phantasm that are basically the same thing.
Right.
I don't know if you'd be able to really detect it in person. But the star of the show is Phantasm, right? Like, very iconic character, very cool character design.
Really bizarre because it's almost like the Dick Tracy thing. I wonder if it revealed it.
That's what I was going to bring up too. So basically it's Andrea Beaumont with the Phantasm that goes over the top of her. I'm curious if this came out before the movie.
Also super bold to try to sell. Like if it spoils it, that's one thing, which is really huge. But you're also trying to sell a female character to a bunch of like little boys.
Little boys, yep.
So it's kind of random. Whereas like if it was just a Phantasm figure by itself.
Or if you package it where you can't see her.
Yeah.
And then you take it off when you get it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right? Like that would have been pretty cool actually. Then you wouldn't be bummed that you were buying a girl figure.
Right.
As a kid, right? So, but I wish the Phantasm was on the regular card back.
Yeah.
Because I want the Phantasm. That's the only one I want out of this line.
Yeah.
For me. But I don't like this card back, and it's different than the rest, so it'll stand out in the collection.
These aren't cheap either because, or maybe they're not too bad.
And why isn't the Phantasm the art on the Phantasm?
No clue.
Line, right? Like that's irritating to me.
No clue.
Okay. Now we can get into the adventures of Batman and Robin. So one thing that I discovered while we were together here is the box set, dude. I had no clue that there was a box set called the Rogues Gallery that has 8 figures in it that are re-releases. Some of them are re-releases and some of them are in this line. So Catwoman, Man-Bat, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, Phantasm, Clayface, Joker, and Scarecrow. And there's a little bit of paint differences in some of these. Clayface is a little bit of a lighter color. Catwoman is like more black than gray. And Killer Croc is a little bit of a different color too. And now I'm realizing this is another way to get Phantasm.
Oh, yeah.
So I immediately put this in my save search on,
Oh yeah,
on
you,
eBay.
you put an offer yet, or did
I haven't put it. I put it in some likes and I haven't gotten any offers yet. The Adventures of Batman and Robin in Series 1, we re-released Bane. We get Batman Hoverjet. We get Paraglide Batman. Rocket Pack Batman. Pogo Stick Joker. We get Bolo Robin again. And we get, this is the only place where we get Ra's al Ghul. Which is really weird because it doesn't look anything like what he looks like in the show.
Yeah.
Then in Series 2, we have
Well,
Harley.
it's got the head of the demon, I think, on there.
Maybe there's
Or like
another
the, like,
episode that
Sphinx?
I'm not remembering where he wears the head of the demon.
Yeah, it's also the same vacuum sealed. It's kind of weird. Like almost it makes it not that much more. It doesn't make it appealing. I love the Adventures of Batman and Robin logo, but yeah, the box.
It's growing on me now that I've kind of put together the timeline and realized that it is essentially the same show, and I've come around on Robin.
Yeah, Robin's. It's a good Robin.
I think I'm including these waves in my collection. I think if I see them in person, depending on which figure it is,
I can see them being cheaper because it's not like the main line.
Yeah, I think I will include them. I had stated in a previous episode that there was not a Harley Quinn, and I was wrong. And that just had to do with, like, you can only research things via AI now, and it lied to me.
Yeah.
So in Series 2 of The Adventures of Batman and Robin, there is a Harley Quinn, a standard, traditional debut Harley Quinn that looks great. And then Joker with a machine gun, which I really like that figure.
Yeah.
This look with the
hat.
trench coat and the hat popped up frequently on the show for
Yeah.
sure. In this line, too, you have what they were calling Duo Force, which... Because now we're a subsect of a subsect, right? Now it's not the animated series, it's the Adventures, and now it's Duo Force, which it means what? So you have Turbo Surge Batman, Vector Wing Batman, Mr. Freeze with all sorts of gadgets and doodads, and then you have Airstrike Robin. These ones do nothing for me.
Well,
As a grown man.
let's see.
They probably would have as a kid, but just because there's so much like playability here. I think what Duo Force means is like ultimate, like lots of stuff.
Well, it says dual usage. What does it say?
Can you read the box?
Operation. Basically, each thing turns into two things.
Oh.
So that's the difference. Yeah. So Duo Force, I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's because it's Batman and Robin.
It sounds
the
like
duo.
it sounds like a 2-pack.
Yeah,
Is what
but-
I've always thought, and then it's not.
But it shows you on the cover. The Duo Force means that like, so Cycle Thruster can turn into like almost like a jet and a motorcycle.
Got you. So
Yeah.
the play feature does two things.
Yes.
Okay, that's cooler when I was 10, not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not going to play with it, right? I'm collecting it on card personally. But that does make it a little cooler than I thought it was, for sure. In Series 2 of Duo Force, you have Wind Blitz Batgirl. That might be our debut of Batgirl.
The only Batgirl.
Cycle Thruster Batman. Hydrostorm Robin. And Roto Chopper Riddler. That's the only Batgirl?
I think so. That I've
From
seen.
Kenner?
That I can see.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so everything turns into two things, which is... That's kind of like funny because it's like... You actually have to really look at it and be like, oh, okay, it turns into these things. Oh, yeah, mode 1, mode 2. So I guess it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Okay. In the entirety of that version of the show, there's also play sets that we didn't kind of get like the Batman Command Center, and then there's like Power Punch Batman and like a little target thing. The Command Center being the most famous and the most meaningful thing for sure. That's kind of where the main run of the show. I think there's a mail away too that we didn't talk about, and like some 12-inch stuff that we didn't talk about, things like that. But that's basically all of the figures for the main show, and then I think that show goes away for 2 years.
It does.
Like that's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Because when I got nostalgic about it in like maybe my 20s, and then came back to it, and then discovered the New Adventures. I was like, what in the heck is this? And then I loved Justice League and everything that Justice League spawned, and I knew that art design came from New Adventures, but I don't like New Adventures.
When was the last time you went and watched it?
I don't know that I have really
Go back and watch
paid
it.
attention to it, and I think I want to.
I was watching it last night. The stories are really good. They're like weirdly adult. You know, like, again, there's the episode where Robin like falls in love with a girl and is spending an entire episode trying to protect this like runaway kid, and she just is not real. She's like Clayface, and like he's having a hard time coping with the fact that she's not real because he's like feeling for her. And I remember watching that when I was younger, and I was like, man, I relate to that, man. And then there's another episode. Some of the episodes are a little funky, but there's another one where like Barbara Gordon has it's like I forget what the dream is called, but it's like or the episode, but it's like a dream. And it's like this scary dream about like Batman, Robin, and Nightwing being like on the run because Commissioner Gordon is like fully coming after them because he knows their identities.
That one I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
I've gone back and watched that one specifically because Bane's in it.
Bane is in it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was the only episode that has Bane in it.
Maybe in that one, and then the ventriloquist episode.
Yeah,
dude, they're really good, and I love that art style. Like that Batman. I mean, I think that's just my version.
Yeah,
Sure.
I do want to go back to it, but like I've said a bunch of times before, it's the change. It's not the art style that bothers me. It's the change from the previous art style that bothers me. So Kenner does produce the figures still for the new Batman Adventures. There's 6 12-inch figures: Batgirl, Batman, Harley Quinn, Joker, Robin, and Nightwing. They're kind of cool. Like the 12-inch ones are pretty cool.
Like it.
They're kind of like doll-like, but I still really like them. There is another Batmobile. There's the Gotham City Bank. There is a different Batmobile that's 2 vehicles in one. And then there's the Joker Toxic Lab. So this toy line for this dead... It's basically a resurrected toy line 2 years later from the ashes of what the animated series was, has a really cool toy line associated with it. Because it is the same, but it's not the same.
Right.
Like, it's like a spiritual successor, basically. The art is very similar, but different. And then in the basic series, you have Detective Batman, which basically looks exactly like what he looks like in Justice League, right? Like, and then you have Night Glider, Undercover Bruce Wayne, which is like, man, I wish there was a Bruce Wayne from the OG, but there's not. But this is a Bruce Wayne, right? There is a just Bruce Wayne. Street Strike Batman, Creeper. I don't know who Creeper is.
Wait, what? Really?
I don't know who Creeper is.
You've never seen the Creeper before?
I've never seen Creeper.
That is absolutely mind-blowing.
Does he exist just in this show?
No, he's in like that. The Creeper's like a big character. Kinda.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he was like a news anchor.
Okay.
So you'll see that episode, I guess, if you watch it.
You have Wildcard Joker. You get the debut of Mad Hatter, who was a big deal throughout the OG show. I guess they just didn't get around to him because they were too busy making Super Glide Batman or whatever. You have Nightwing, crime solver Nightwing. Like, I'm a big Nightwing guy, so like that's cool to have.
Me too.
Force Shield Nightwing, which is like a brown and black repaint. And then you have Crime Fighter Robin, but this Robin is Tim Drake.
Yeah.
So you get the debut of Tim Drake here.
Yep.
And then they have deluxe figures also. So there's the Silver Defender Batman, Hydrojet Nightwing, which is like a blue and white or blue and silver Nightwing. Then there's a few die-cast figures, like a lot of the vehicles and stuff. And then there's some store exclusives. This is where when me and you were in, I want to say Dallas Vintage Toys or somewhere, I got really confused. Because I was like, I didn't understand the timeline and the order in which these figures came out, and I saw this Batman and Superman in the store. It caught my attention, and I didn't know what the heck it was. So it's basically the reason that the New Adventures exists was because they wanted the art style to match the Superman show. Which, so now you have this. Do you have this? Did you buy this?
No, I've had it on eBay. So, but I've got like versions of that, yeah.
So you have Batman and Superman in the New Adventures box, but it's a blue and gray Batman that matches the 96 Superman. Like, oh my god, dude.
Beautiful.
Like, the art on the box, I think I need that just in box.
It's cheap too. I might even just pull the trigger today. It's like $20.
Oh, dude, I need it so bad. Released in 98, so it's like right before Justice League too. Yeah. You have Batman and Joker, which is like standard black and gray colors. Batman and regular Joker, at least the regular Joker from the New Adventures. Mm-hmm. Then you have Batman and Robin, which is standard. But these exclusives, these 2-packs, all of them are so cool, dude. The art on the box, the way the figures look in the box. These are getting me boned up for this era that I had totally shunned and just not paid attention to.
They're Hasbro.
These are Hasbro?
They're Hasbro.
So, I can see the logo on the box. Yeah, so the next thing we're about to get to when I'm done with this list is the fact that Hasbro bought Kenner. And then there's some micro playsets, some mini playsets, and some other like big long multi-packs and stuff that are all Hasbro. I thought these came like way later. I was like, oh, these must be like, homage stuff. I didn't realize they were like current product at the time. Yeah, and some of these multi-packs I've seen in DVT and been like, what's going on here? Who made the like? These are okay. So let's kind of blend this with the continuation show. These ones you do collect, or at least you buy them when you see them.
100%.
So there's a Mattel buys Kenner.
Yeah,
that's what this is kind of Hasbro. Hasbro buys Kenner. And that's what's happening here between the New Adventures and what is it even called? The continuation show.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even know what the show is called. Like, I guess, or what the figures are just called Batman. Right? No, so like, if you look at these multi-packs for the New Adventures, they're made by Hasbro, right?
Yeah.
But they're character designs of... There's like a blend that happens here, because then you have Hasbro released figures that are simply called Batman, and they're not advertising any show.
Well, so I'm looking at the one with Batman, Robin, Alfred, and Clayface, and it's the new Batman Adventures.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? But then you have these that you collect.
Oh, yeah.
Which are the same characters.
It's the same ones, yeah.
The same characters, the same character designs. They're simply called Batman.
Yeah.
They're not...
They just made it... Yeah, they were like, rather than being based off of a show, we're just going to make Batman toys.
But they are based off the show.
But they're based off the show. They're just not
And they're Kenner
them.
designs.
Yeah. No, actually, those are different.
No, they're Kenner designs. The Wikipedia page explains it. Kenner gets bought, but they already had designed the toys.
Got it. So maybe they updated it, yeah.
So then they're just marketed as Hasbro, and they're if you look at them, they're released in 2002. These are what the Series 1 would have looked like with 10 years of evolution.
Yeah.
This is what they look like. I didn't realize that they were... This is why it's been so confusing to me. It's confusing to me now.
Yeah.
It's confusing to me to just like talk to you about it. It makes them more appealing to me. When you were buying them and posting them, and you just opened some of these.
I just opened all of them, and they're freaking incredible.
I didn't realize they were the same, I guess, family tree. I was like, oh, it's a different company. It's a different name. It's a different show. But it kind of is not a different company and a different show.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, that Nightwing is cool. I think I might need these.
Dude, I mean, yeah, they're like... So those, the one that got me is that I woke up one morning and I was like, the blue suit. Yeah. Like, the blue suit, the one that comes with Superman. Like, that, I was like, where is that? I have to track it down, because that was the one that I've had. And then it led me on that trail of events, finding this.
I've been saying Hasbro this whole time. They're Mattel.
Yeah. finding this line and then being like, okay, now I have to get them, and then seeing them now everywhere at like Retromania or, really they're just almost at like all the shops, but they're super cheap, so it's even better.
Yeah. So these Mattel ones, there's 2 packs. There's one with Batman with battle scars and Catwoman.
Have that one.
Oh my god, that's cool.
Yep.
Like his suit is all torn up. Like there's Batman in a tech suit with Two-Face. Don't care for the tech suit. Love Two-Face. Batman and Robin, standard. Love it. Like absolutely love it. Batman and Nightwing. The Batman is a little bit dark, like blue, kind of camo-y, which like I don't really care for that, but the Nightwing is perfection. And then there's Batman and Joker, which are standard. Like the Batman looks like a different sculpt, but the same character design as the animated series. And then the Joker looks like the Joker from the new Batman Adventures.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff is why I, like, cannot figure this line out there towards the end.
It's so comforting, man. The Batman and Robin 2-pack, I opened that one the other day, and it's just so amazing to look at because his suit is like silver chrome. And then if you look at his cape, it's also silver. For some reason, like the inside of his cape is silver. Of the cape. Yeah.
They redid the Wayne Manor for this. The Mattel, like that's why you know this is just Kenner with a different name, right? Like so Mattel puts out the Wayne Manor again, but this time it's for the whatever this show is being called. And then you have the single release Batgirl, Brown Batman, battle damaged Batman, silver Batman.
Same one as the...
Yeah.
But it's 2006 is what it looks like.
Yeah, and then you have Catwoman. I hate this Catwoman design. The, like, blue face. Like, she looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
I think she had a lot of the reason to do with why I was like, I don't need this. But, like, everybody doesn't
She doesn't stand up, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. But, yeah, and then you have Joker, Nightwing by himself, Robin in blue, Penguin that looks like standard like tuxedo Penguin, looks great. Silver Robin, Two-Face, where half of him is prison stripes, incredible.
Yep.
And then there was an exclusive SpaghettiOs Batman. They just like camo, like
well,
blue.
I think that was actually, from what it looks like, it was based off of the Batman.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
WB show.
The next show.
The next show.
Weird.
Yeah.
Why is it in this list?
I don't know, but it is very
So
strange.
you guys can see that that's why we called this Order in Chaos, right? Not bad, not good and bad, right? Even when it gets chaotic, there's so much good stuff, like so much good stuff. So I think this has forced me to change my approach to collecting Batman the Animated Series, where I still am going to try to be basically a completist on that 1 through 4 series. I am including vehicles now, as where I was not before. That happened before I started doing the research for this, because I saw someone display it in a way that really appealed to me, where they put the Batmobile on the top of the box that it came in. And I was like, oh, how so simple. I hadn't thought of that. Perfect, right?
Yeah.
Then I think I'm also going to include anything after Series 4 that simply rings my bell. If I like it, then I'll probably grab it. And I think that extends from the Adventures of Batman and Robin all the way through 2002 Mattel Batman. Because I didn't know that these were all linear. I had no clue that they were the same family tree, right? Like, because how could you know that if you weren't really tied? There wasn't like toy news at the time. And also I was going from junior high through graduating high school at this time. It just wasn't on my radar.
Yeah.
I was busy with illegal activities.
Right.
So this is me learning about all of this right now.
Yeah. I mean, again, like we've done with this show, where it just sort of, you look at something and then it just opens up this like memory in your brain, and that's exactly what all of these figures are doing for me, where I'm like, because I struggled for a second a while back where we were talking about just being in the shelves of Walmart in that time, or like when you were buying toys, when I was buying toys, and I tried to think about what was on the shelf for DC, and I was like having a hard time, and I was thinking maybe I was just so fixated on Marvel Legends that I couldn't think about anything else until I saw those, and then it just was like, now you remember. You know, like all you needed was a key to open the door, and the door led you here. and to me, they're so fun. They fill a void in my heart that has been empty since the day I saw them. And now it's just like, cool, I'll have this version of Batman. I'll love it. It's $15 for the box, and then just like build a shelf completely out of those.
So how do you feel differently or the same about the older ones, about the first, like the regular series?
I would say the hard part of what we think we just learned is that you only have so much access to villains. I think if I want a Man-Bat to go at all with any of these, I have to go back and get the original Man-Bat. There's not going to...
Or the Rogues Gallery.
Or the Rogues Gallery, which might be the actual smartest way to go about it. But yeah, like there's only like Two-Face, Joker, Mad Hatter, Penguin that are available in that like current Mattel line, or not current, but you know what I'm saying, the latest.
2002.
So I would have to go back and look at it, but
no, there's a Penguin in this one.
No, I said in the. Oh no, I meant like, but if because I don't actively collect the Batman animated series figures, but I collect the newer ones. So I'm like,
but if you wanted to have a checklist of characters, some of them you have to go back to the previous Kenner line to get.
Yeah, I think I could live in a world where I get one or a couple of those Batman animated series, but I think I could be completely fulfilled with the Mattel ones, just because
wild.
I know, but because it's just that was me.
Yeah,
you know,
that's crazy.
It is weird. It's weird to even say that, but
what about that in between zone where it's both, right? The New Adventures, like so the ones that are Kenner.
Well, I had a New Adventures Robin that was like blue and yellow because it was like an ice kind of version of it. So I'm like, okay, I owe myself to go get that one again. But yeah, some of the other ones, I'm right there with you where I'm like, like I don't think I need any of these. Yeah, you know.
I think it's just a matter of if it's in my hand. Yeah. Does it ring my bell?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because like Anti-Freeze Batman, not on my checklist, but I've seen it in store. And the only reason I didn't buy it at Collector's Crossroads because there's a price tag on it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And it's a neon green price tag that would drive me insane.
Yeah.
Because I'm a psycho. But not on my checklist, but as soon as it's in my hand and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I gotta have this.
Yep.
And most of the stuff that we just spent an hour talking about would probably do. There's only probably 8 or 10 that wouldn't. You know what I mean? I don't need Crime Squad. I don't need Duo Force.
Yeah.
But pretty much the rest has a chance for me to be like, oof, I think I need this.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm actually right there with you.
Like the show itself, and I think I'm going to spend some time over the next weeks going from beginning to end. Like just power through all the way. But yeah, like basically the main takeaway that you guys should have is that this is one of the most successful toy lines that has ever existed. Even though it's nuts and it changes for no reason and it changes toy companies and the toys get kind of weird, it's a really, really long-running toy line. And not that many, like how many Chuck Norris Karate Commandos is pretty indicative of things pretty much just pop up and go away, really, for the most part. There's not that many Mattel WWEs. There's not that many Barbies and G.I. Joes and Batman the Animated Series that just go and go and go and go and go like this. So to even have the opportunity to get weird means that it's incredibly successful.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would ever challenge that because I think just Batman the Animated Series in general is a well sought after line. And then guys my age are doing those other ones, you know, even though they're like the market is still pretty good on them. But it's funny when you watch, because again, like I was watching like several of them last night and it was so like interesting because they, it becomes more serious, but it becomes more stylized. Mm-hmm. Like the fight scenes are better. They're more violent. The animation obviously moves better. the way Batman is in terms of like who he becomes in Justice League, the animated series, he becomes like completely and utterly the like, I'm not going to waste my time with y'all. He becomes Batman.
He's as callous as you could possibly imagine.
Whereas like in the earlier kind of stuff,
he has like a mild like sense of humor.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And even the way Kevin Conroy,
he's kind of having a good time being Batman. Yeah,
the way Kevin Conroy's voice sounds as Batman, like in the Batman animated series, he's sort of got like this sort of nasally kind of sound when he talks, and then as they progress in the new Batman Adventures, he's more just like he just has like the like 4 or 5 word sentence where he's not trying to joke, he's not doing, it's just, so he's becoming more and more like Batman, and then he gets to the Justice League where he's just like full on, that's just who he is, you know?
I'm looking forward to going through the whole thing, and I'm also looking forward to going to Dallas Vintage Toys with all of this in mind, because I know they have some of those multi-packs.
Big time. Yeah.
So I think I'm coming back with a big fat Batman haul. I'm sure you guys have enjoyed all of these answers, but I'm sure you have questions also, because it's confusing and it's diluted and it's weird. Get at us at Mighty Champions on Instagram. Let's keep this conversation going. Fire up HBO Max, start watching the show. Let's talk about it.
Exactly.
I want to live in a Batman headspace for a while, and I want to chat with you guys about it too. So get at us at Mighty Champions. Thank you guys for joining us. If you stuck around this far, then you probably enjoy the sound of our voices, so please drop us a review. Very helpful. And we will catch you guys next week. Peace.